I mentioned very full, 18 athletes in this opening section. Got a handful coming in without times from this spring. Again, the 2,000-meter steeplechase. Same for the girls as for the boys. Not contested in every state. It's a unique one. It's growing in stature across the country, of course, but still a bit of a niche event at this distance. Of course, we're in the 3,000 meters at the collegiate level and internationally. First section now underway. It's the 2,000-meter steeplechase. On a warm June afternoon here in the Pacific Northwest. And 18 athletes on the track trying to put down a strong time to get things started in this 5-lap competition.
And it's so interesting to me how much the men's and women's steeplechase, I think, really parallels each other in the United States. When you look back at that 2015, I'll go back to 2012 or so, we saw Jenny Simpson, kind of take the event to new heights for the women in the U.S. and was making some finals before switching to the 1500, of course, where she was a world champion. But then Emma Coburn comes along, Olympic medal, world champion in 2017. That's the same time that Evan Jaeger was running 8 flat, even falling. I believe he was in Paris, set the American record, even with a fall over that final barrier, but starting to show what was possible for U.S. steeplechasers. And he picks up the silver medal in the Olympics, a bronze in the World Championships. And I think it just really elevated things to a new height. And we're seeing that next generation, younger and younger athletes are taken to this event, and we expect to be in the mix now. It's always been the East Africans that have been so dominant. Of course, Elba Kali in recent years, but you look at Kenneth Rooks, not just picking up that silver, but taking the lead on the backstretch of the final lap of the Olympics. I mean, I get chills just thinking about it, and these kids are watching athletes like that, and it is elevating this event all across the country. It's incredible to see.
As we approach the 800-meter mark in this opening section. Again, 2 laps down, 3 to go. So a pretty tight pack for these young men early on. George Soika of New York was our leader through the opening 400 meters. There's a lot of company up near the fronts. Braden Palmer now of Arkansas moving into the lead. Alex Goldstein of New York currently in second. Then it's Brady Garcia of New Mexico in third. Certainly anybody's race here through the opening 2.5 laps in the opening section of this boys 2,000-meter steeplechase.
We talk about positioning in a middle distance race, especially maybe 1,500 meters, perhaps even up to 3,000 or 2 miles, 5,000, whatever the case may be. We kind of talk about it in static terms. Yes, there's some changes, but you settle in. Okay, where do you want to be? Try not to get boxed in. Last lap, whatever the case may be. Every interspaced distance between the barriers is a different race in the steeplechase because you're jockeying for position going into each barrier. So you watch these athletes, especially in this chase pack where there's a little bit more tightly bunched, running what I would say kind of a normal single, maybe 2-file line there, but then every barrier, watch as they have to go wide and position themselves and then settle back down, and that takes energy. So it's a really tough thing in this steeplechase to find your position and keep that position without giving up too much extra energy, let's put it that way, having to go wide every single time in addition to clearing those barriers. So I think that's always something interesting to watch when there's a lot of people bunched up.
And it's certainly something these athletes will not really be used to, having not contested many steeplechase events in their high school careers. Alex Goldstein, though, of New York, so far navigating the waters well. He's currently out in front. A couple second gap over the rest of the fields. Goldstein, a junior from Great Neck. 1:14 on his opening lap, 1:15 on lap 2, 1:16 on lap number 3, and looking strong. John Kelly of California, Barrett Jarvis of Missouri were closest to him at that last turn.
A little bit of context time-wise again, since we're just not as familiar with seeing this 2,000-meter times. 6 flat is the fastest time in the nation this year. The meet record is under 6 minutes as well, 5:41. That was set back in 2014 from Bailey Roth out of Colorado. So, we'll keep an eye on that 6-minute barrier, and we'll talk about that as we get quicker and quicker. But that's kind of maybe that barrier. The round number that we love in track and field is that 6-minute barrier, but a lot of great athletes here across all of our sections.
We will see a couple of young men who are around that 6-minute barrier coming up in section number 3. Josiah Capasan, who's number 2 in the nation. Christopher Wells, who's number 3. Cooper Ford, who's also top 10. They're all up and around there and thereabouts. So Alex Goldstein knows he's going to put up a strong time. He's got 150 left over that final water barrier. Things set to get interesting, though. Goldstein has led through much of these last 3 laps. The chase pack trying to threaten. Goldstein trying to hold off this challenge. Final 50 meters. He will not be able to do so. It's a late surge on the final lap from Easton Askew of Highland Track Club in Arizona. 68 seconds on the final 400. He goes 6:12.43. Goldstein second in at 6:12.87. And then it was John Kelly of Carmichael in California third in 6:16. 6:12 though for Askew. He was in 4th place as they went into that last lap, and he eats up the rest of the pack to take the win in section number 1.
Well, that's a huge personal best, 20 seconds or so, as you said, 68 seconds on the final go-around. We've got that inside water jump, so just under 400 meters. But, yeah, very, very quick finish for him, and it showed. I mean, he had so much left at the end there, and a very, very impressive rundown and a huge PR for him off his 6:32 personal best coming in from earlier this year.
Easton Askew from Gilbert, Arizona, Highland High School. Your winner in section number 1. Now still 3 more sections.